Most people are asking the wrong question about AI SEO. They ask, how do I rank in AI search? But AI search does not always behave like the traditional search results page. In Google AI Overviews and AI mode, the user may not see 10 blue links first. They may see a generated answer, supporting links, follow-up paths, and a response shaped by multiple related searches behind the scenes. So the better question is not, how do I rank number one? The better question is, how do I create content that is useful, clear, trustworthy, and strong enough to be selected as a supporting source inside an AI-generated answer? That is a very different workflow. The important part is that this is not about chasing a magic trick called GEO or AEO, based on Google's own guidance. Optimizing for generative AI search is still connected to the foundations of SEO. Helpful content still matters. Crawlability still matters. Technical clarity still matters. Page experience still matters, and the content still has to satisfy the user. But the way those foundations are applied is changing. The old SEO workflow was built around keywords. The new AI SEO workflow is built around questions, decisions, sources, and evidence. That is why this matters now. AI search is no longer just something early adopters talk about. Google AI Overviews and AI Mode are part of a broader shift in how people search. These experiences are designed to help users understand complex topics faster, explore follow-up questions, and compare information without manually doing every step themselves. For creators, marketers, bloggers, SEO professionals, freelancers, and online business owners, that changes the search journey. In the old journey, the user searched, clicked a result, read a page, went back, clicked another result, compared sources, and slowly built their own answer. In the AI search journey, part of that comparison may happen before the click. The AI system may summarize the topic, show supporting links, suggest follow-up paths, and help the user decide what to explore next. ChatGPT Search and Perplexity-style answer engines point in the same direction. Search is becoming more answer-driven, more citation-driven, and more connected to research workflows. That does not mean every click disappears. It does not mean traditional SEO is dead. And it does not mean your website suddenly needs a secret AI markup file. But the competition is changing. You are not only competing to be clicked from a list, you are competing to be useful enough to support the answer. That is why generic content becomes more vulnerable. If your page only repeats common knowledge, an AI answer can summarize that without giving the user much reason to visit you. But if your content provides original experience, a clear explanation, specific comparisons, strong evidence, or a useful framework, it gives both AI search systems and human readers a stronger reason to treat it as valuable. Most people miss this. The goal is not to trick AI into citing you. The goal is to make your content the kind of source that deserves to be cited. So what is the new AI SEO workflow? At a simple level, it is a practical system for improving your chances of being found, understood, and potentially cited in AI search experiences. Not guaranteed, potentially, that distinction matters. No one outside these platforms can guarantee that your page will be cited in Google AI Mode, AI Overviews, ChatGPT Search, or Perplexity. These systems may use different models, retrieval methods, ranking signals, and product designs. Even inside Google Search, AI Mode and AI Overviews can vary in how they generate responses and show links. So this workflow is not a formula. It is a way to build better source material. AI search citation means your page, article, video page, product page, report, or brand source is used as a supporting reference inside an AI-generated answer. In Google's language, pages can appear as supporting links in AI Overviews or AI Mode to be eligible. The page still needs to be indexed and eligible to appear in Google Search with a snippet. Based on the research, there are no additional technical requirements just for AI features. That cuts through a lot of noise. You do not need to panic build a separate website for AI search. You do not need to rewrite everything in a strange machine-readable style. You do not need special AI text files just because someone on social media says so. The research also makes clear that you do not need special markup, markdown, or forced content chunking just to appear in generative AI search. So what is the real work? The real work is making your content easy to access, easy to understand, useful to humans, and strong enough to support an answer. That includes technical SEO, but it also includes source design. A page that deserves to be cited should answer the question clearly. It should explain context. It should include examples. It should show how you know what you are saying. It should avoid vague claims. And it should be structured in a way that a human can scan and a search system can interpret. The new AI SEO workflow is not just keyword optimization. It is citation readiness. To understand how it works, start with the difference between a keyword and a question journey. A keyword is usually short. A question journey is larger. For example, a normal keyword might be AI SEO tools, but the real user problem may be more layered. I run a small content website, and I want to know which parts of SEO are changing because of AI search, which tools are useful, what is hype, and what I should do this week without damaging my site. That is not one keyword. That is a whole decision. AI search is better suited to these layered questions because it can pull from multiple sources, compare ideas, and generate a summary. The idea of query fan-out matters here because one user question may lead to several related searches behind the scenes. This is where the workflow changes. The old workflow started with keyword research. The new workflow starts with question mapping. You still care about keywords, but you do not stop there. You map the full search journey around the topic. What is the user trying to understand? What decision are they trying to make? What risks are they worried about? What definitions do they need? What comparisons are involved? What follow-up questions would they ask if they were talking to an expert? Then you build content that can support that journey. The input is not just a keyword list. The input is a set of user questions, source gaps, competitor coverage, claims that need evidence, and places where your experience can add something original. The output is not just an article. The output is a stronger source asset. That source asset might be a blog post, a product guide, a YouTube video page, a comparison page, a case study, a research report, a local business page, or a service page. The format depends on the topic. But the goal is the same. Make the content useful enough that it can answer the human question and support an AI-generated answer. Human judgment is still needed at every stage. AI can help you cluster questions. It can compare content. It can summarize sources, it can draft outlines, it can find gaps. But a human still has to decide what is true, what is useful, what is original, what is safe to publish, and what actually serves the audience. AI can speed up the workflow. It should not replace the judgment behind the workflow. For an SEO professional, the old process often started with a keyword tool. You found a keyword, checked volume, reviewed difficulty, analyzed the top-ranking pages, built a brief, and created content to compete for the search results page. That process still matters. But for AI search visibility, you add a new step: AI answer analysis. You test the target topic in Google search, AI overviews if they appear, AI mode if you have access, ChatGPT Search when relevant, and Perplexity-style answer engines when relevant. You look at what the answer includes, what sources appear, what claims are repeated, what is missing, and what follow-up questions the system encourage. The realistic result is not a guaranteed citation. The realistic result is a better content strategy. You can see whether your page is too shallow, whether competitors explain the topic more clearly, whether your content lacks examples, whether your technical setup blocks visibility, or whether your page does not answer the decision behind the search. For a blogger, the old process was often volume-based. Find many keywords, publish many articles, and try to rank for long-tail searches. That may still work in some niches, but it becomes weaker when the content is generic. The research makes this point clearly. Content that simply recycles what others have already said, or what could easily be produced by a generative AI model, is not very defensible. The new process is more selective. Instead of writing another generic article called Best AI Tools for Marketing, a blogger might create a detailed guide showing how a solo marketer actually uses AI tools to research a topic, build a brief, fact-check claims, and repurpose the content. That kind of page has examples, process, experience, and judgment. AI may help draft the structure, But the human still needs to add the workflow, the examples, the testing, the screenshots, the mistakes, and the final opinion. For a YouTube creator, the old search workflow was often limited to YouTube keywords, titles, thumbnails, and descriptions. They'll still matter. But AI search creates a wider discovery layer. Generative AI search features can bring in relevant images and videos, so a serious creator should think beyond the upload page. A video can become a source asset if it answers a clear question, has a useful description, includes accurate chapters, connects to a written article or resource when appropriate, and provides original explanation rather than generic commentary. The manual check is quality. Is the video actually useful? Does the description accurately reflect the content? Are the claims supported? Is the topic specific enough to answer a real question? For a small business or e-commerce site, the old workflow was often basic local SEO or product SEO. Optimize the product page, add descriptions, improve category pages. Keep the Google business profile updated, try to get reviews. Add structured data where useful. The new workflow keeps those basics but raises the importance of clear business and product information. AI responses may include product listings, product information, and local business information. Merchant Center feeds and Google Business profiles can also help products and services be visible in AI responses and other Google search results. So the practical workflow is simple, but important. Make your product data clear, make your service pages specific. Make your business information accurate. Answer real customer questions, show trust signals. Keep the information consistent across your site and your business profiles. This is not a hack. It is clarity. And in AI search, clarity matters. For freelancers and agencies, this creates a new service opportunity. Not, I will guarantee AI citations. That is not credible. A better service is an AI search visibility audit. You take a client's core topics. You check how those topics appear across Google AI features and other AI answer tools. You document which sources are cited, what claims are shown, what questions are answered, and where the client is missing. Then you build a content improvement plan. That is a real workflow. It does not overpromise. It gives the client something useful, a clearer view of how their brand, content, and expertise appear inside AI-shaped search journeys. Compared with traditional SEO, the new AI SEO workflow is broader. Traditional SEO asks, can this page rank for this query? AI SEO asks, can this content support the answer behind this query? Those are related, but they are not identical. Traditional SEO often focuses on rankings, title tags, internal links, backlinks, technical health, content depth, and user intent. They'll still matter. Based on the research, foundational SEO best practices continue to apply because Google's AI features are rooted in core search ranking and quality systems. The difference is that AI search may compress the user journey. The user may not click several links before getting a basic understanding. The AI answer may provide that first layer. So your content needs to be strong enough to be part of that layer, or valuable enough that the user still wants to click for deeper information. Compared with manual research, AI search can save the user time. Manual research requires searching, clicking, comparing, reading, and synthesizing. AI search can do some of that synthesis faster, but faster does not always mean better. Sources can be incomplete. Context can be missed. The answer can sound confident while still needing verification. Compared with ChatGPT, the workflow depends on whether ChatGPT is using search. When ChatGPT uses search, it may include citations or relevant links. That can be useful for research. But from a creator's perspective, you should not assume that being good for Google automatically means you will be cited in every AI tool. Different systems may retrieve, rank, summarize, and cite sources differently. Compared with Perplexity, citation is more central to the experience. Perplexity-style answer engines are built around answering questions with sources. But a citation does not guarantee traffic. And it does not mean the source was interpreted perfectly. A citation is an opportunity. It is not a final business result. Compared with older AI writing tools, this workflow is much more strategic. Older AI content workflows often focused on producing more content faster. that is not enough now. If everyone can produce generic content becomes less valuable. The advantage shifts toward better research, clearer structure, original experience, stronger evidence, and better audience judgment. Compared with a human expert, AI can help organize and accelerate the work. But it cannot replace real experience, accountability, and domain judgment. The best AI SEO workflow combines both. Use AI to help map questions, compare sources, analyze competitor coverage, and draft structure. Use human judgment to decide what is true, useful, original, ethical, and worth publishing. Before you try to get cited by AI search, there is one major limitation. You cannot force citation. You can improve your content. You can improve your technical accessibility. You can make your pages more useful. You can build stronger source assets. But no responsible SEO should promise guaranteed inclusion in AI overviews, AI mode, ChatGPT Search, or Perplexity answers. Even if a page meets the requirements and follows best practices, indexing and serving are not guaranteed. That should shape how you think about this. The goal is not control. The goal is readiness. Another major mistake is chasing hacks. The research is clear that you do not need special AI text files, special markup, markdown, or content chunking to appear in generative AI search. It also warns against overdoing content creation by making separate pages for every possible search variation, especially if the goal is to manipulate rankings or generative AI responses. That matters because the internet is already filling with fake AI SEO advice. Some people will tell you to create hundreds of tiny pages for fan-out queries. Some will tell you to rewrite every paragraph for machines. Some will tell you to chase mentions that are not real, useful, or earned. Be careful. AI search does not remove spam policies. It raises the cost of low-quality content. Another limitation is measurement. Many site owners may not get a clean, separate report showing exactly when their content appeared in AI mode, how often it was cited, or how many clicks came from that specific AI feature. So your measurement workflow needs to be realistic. Use Search Console, use analytics, use manual testing. Track important queries, watch for traffic changes. Look at which pages are gaining or losing visibility, but do not pretend the data is more precise than it is. There's also the risk of blind trust. AI-generated answers can be useful, but they can miss context. They can summarize too aggressively. They can cite sources in ways that require checking. They can make a user feel informed before they have actually seen the full nuance. That is why your content should not only be optimized for AI systems. It should be built for people who may click because they want more than the summary. If the AI answer gives the basic answer, your page needs to offer the deeper answer, the example, the workflow, the comparison, the evidence, the expert judgment, and the real-world context. Finally, there is the risk of AI-generated content itself. The problem is not using AI. The problem is using AI to mass-produce weak content that does not help people. So the new AI SEO workflow is not about tricking AI search engines. It is about becoming a better source. That is the simplest way to think about it. If traditional SEO was about ranking for keywords, AI SEO is about supporting answers. If traditional SEO asked, "What phrase should I target?" AI SEO asks, "What question journey can I genuinely help with?" The practical action is clear. Pick one important topic in your niche. Search it normally. Test it in AI overviews if they appear. Test it in AI mode if you have access. Test it in ChatGPT Search or Perplexity if those tools matter for your audience. Look at the answers. What sources appear? What claims are repeated? What is missing? What follow-up questions appear naturally? What would a serious user still need after reading the AI answer? Then look at your content. Is it crawlable? Is it indexed? Does it clearly answer the main question? Does it address the follow-up questions? Does it include original experience, examples, comparisons, evidence, or a useful framework? Does it help a human reader more than a generic AI summary would? If the answer is no, that is your workflow. Improve the source. Not with hacks, with clarity, structure, usefulness, evidence, and human judgment. Because the future of SEO is not just getting found. It is being trusted enough to be used.